Awesome. Well, it is right at 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. Good morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us at our second session for the United We Teach Summit. My name is Katie Turnbull. I work on Participate Learning staff as the Manager of Professional Learning and Culture. So I get to work with our teacher experience team, planning amazing events like this, and we are so excited to highlight 29 different presenters throughout the course of this week. And I think our numbers will continue to grow for a few minutes as we get started. We'd love to see your faces during this session. I know Yanela will love that, to be able to scroll through and see how people are responding to the learning that she's sharing, if you're able to turn on your camera. We will ask you to keep your microphone muted so that we can hear all of the wonderful things Yanela has to share with us this morning. And we hope that you will tweet about your session and your experience today throughout the course of this session and the rest of the week as you participate. I know we have people calling in from coast to coast in the US and from other countries as well. So if you are unfamiliar with Participate Learning, we are a company that brings international teachers to teach in the US for up to 5 years and bring both global and dual language education to American classrooms. And we have been really excited to expand our impact and footprint over the past few months through the United We Teach community, which is open to every educator. It's a free community, so we can connect teachers from all over the world as we are experiencing this pandemic that is affecting all of the world. And so the strength of us coming together has been really powerful over the past few months, and we know that's going to be intensified this week with all the amazing learning that is shared from our teachers. So I see a lot of you sharing where you're calling in from in the chat. We hope you keep that up. Love seeing all the cameras turning on. And as we get started, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Yanela, who will introduce herself and her session today. I'll be the moderator during the call, so if you have questions during Yanela's presentation, I'll take note of those and we'll try to address as many of those as we can at the end. But for now, I'll pass it to Yanela.
Thank you, Katie. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming to my session. Today, I would like to share with you the idea of global citizenship at school. Yeah, so the purpose of this talk is to help you understand why it's important to teach to our kids to be global citizens. I will try to be brief. I promise it's going to take less than an hour. I divided my presentation into 3 parts. First, we are going to talk about the idea of what does it mean to be a global citizen. Secondly, we are going to talk about the 10 competencies of what is the profile of a global citizen. And thirdly, I will present you the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, that they were originated with the United Nations. So I hope Wi-Fi works properly this morning. So I will share with you a presentation slide that I made for you, of course. I did it visual, yeah? So I want you have a notebook next to you so you can take notes about it. Yes, or if you have any device, because I'm going to share sites to visit so you start learning about this, yes? This is the name of this session, Global Citizens at School, Empowering Learners to Think Globally, Act Locally, and ultimately, of course, change the world. And I want to encourage you also, yes, not only to your students, you also. Well, this is me, Yanela Ferrer, or Yanela Ferrer, that is how it's pronounced in my home country, that is Argentina. I'm starting my 3rd year as an ambassador teacher with Participate Learning. I'm a dual language educator. I teach Spanish here in North Carolina, United States. I'm an elementary school teacher, and of course, a global education lover. I'm a National Geographic certified educator also, because this is what global educators do. join to different global communities. And yes, I have 20 years experience. Yeah, don't imagine how old I am, but I have 20 years experience. Yeah, I started in 2000, so think about it. Global citizenship. Well, you know that at the beginning of the story, we as communities started to join into small communities, into small groups. Why? Because we wanted to share ideas, values, religion, yes? But when we are in these communities, we presuppose that everything is right and fair and how things should be. And we cannot have a wider vision of the world. That's why appeared this idea, the idea that people have rights and responsibilities. We have rights, of course, but we have responsibilities that come with being this citizen of the entire world. Yes, not only from the place we are living. We can be citizens of the entire world. So as I told you, if you have something to take note, I will take you to a website, yes? This is the UNESCO website. Here, for example, the UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. You can visit it because we are only to be together today during only 1 hour. But then if you want to research, here you have more information to start working with global citizenship, yes? Here, for example, you can see which is the purpose of teaching global citizenship, yes? While the world may be increasingly interconnected, human rights violations, inequality, and poverty still threaten peace and sustainability. Global citizenship education, yes, responds to these challenges. It works by empowering learners of all ages, yes, all ages. You can start from pre-K, yes, to understand that these are global and not local issues, and to become active promoters of the more peaceful, tolerant, inclusive, secure, and sustainable societies. I know that if you are here in this talk, it's because you are a change maker, or you want to be, or you want to incorporate it in your lessons or in your life. So this is the idea, to help our world to be sustainable. So what, Yanela, what can I do? How can I start with this? I will tell you that there are benefits of being a global citizen. So I'm going to share with you a video that you can find it in the Participate Learning website that explains you better what are the benefits of being a global citizen, yes?
Yanela, I'm not sure if the sound is coming through. Yeah. So maybe if you could drop this link in the chat, people can hear.
You cannot hear?
No, we couldn't hear it through the computer.
Can I say something? The reason that you might not be hearing is because when you share the screen, oh, now it's working.
Educators use these competencies.
You couldn't hear it?
Now it's working. Now it was working.
No worry. I will share it with you again.
Thank you.
Citizenship can form a framework for learning. Students who engage in global learning develop a combination of attitudes, skills, and knowledge that demonstrate 10 core competencies, which the United Nations lists as essential to the success of global citizens. Educators use these competencies alongside the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals as teaching tools to develop the global citizens of today and the global leaders of tomorrow. Global citizens have a broader understanding of events shaping the world. They form well-rounded opinions based on a wide breadth of knowledge. They understand that they have the power to act on these opinions and become active in communities on local, national, and international levels. By placing emphasis on the cultural and social changes facing the world today, teachers are playing an active role in helping young people to view life through a global lens. Global citizenship empowers young people to have a say in the future of our world.
Okay. So according to the video, what a student needs to build. Yes, I'm going to share with you a formula that is going to be a success formula. I swear it because I have the experience of it. You have to remember these 3 words. Yes, 3 words. One is the word attitudes. Yes.
Just a moment.
Attitudes, like for example, curiosity, responsibility, empowerment. Yes, this is what we have to transmit to our students, to have attitudes. And if we add to the word attitudes, the word skills, skills as observation, communication, collaboration, problem solving, yes? Imagine this, a kid with these attitudes and these skills. And we are going to add what we as teachers always do, knowledge. Knowledge, but knowledge about what? About the world, of course, the human journey, about wildlife, wild places, about our changing planet. Yes, with this formula, attitudes plus skills plus knowledge, you're going to have the best results, the result that we are looking for, successful learning, successful teaching. Yes. So with this automatically, we are going to make a positive impact in our world. It's for sure. Yes. So Yanela, what does a global citizen look like? How I realize that I am a global citizen. My student is a global citizen. Well, which is the profile of a global citizen? I will share with you a poster that Participate Learning has it in the website. And first I want to tell you that if a student engage in global learning, of course the students develop a combination of attitudes, as I told you, skills, as I told you, and knowledge. And they are going to demonstrate this attitude, these competencies, the poster that I'm now sharing with you. Yes, let's revise all of this. Yes, take note, please. This is a profile of a global citizen. So, number 1, a global citizen has analytical and critical thinking. Yes, it takes conclusion. Think about it. A global citizen has empathy, can see things from different perspectives. This is extremely important, yes, to have global lens, to see the world from a different perspective. Number 3, understanding of global issues. Yes, a global citizen understands issues that impact all over the world, not only in your community, all over the world. A global citizen has that sense of connection, yes, feels a deep connection to the world and celebrate these connections like we are doing it now. We are all connected. It's like a celebration because we are trying to get tips, knowledge from different teachers from around the world. In number 5, we can see that a global citizen has an intercultural knowledge. Yes, recognize that people are shaped by culture, by circumstances. We need to understand that. A global citizen needs to understand that. A global citizen, of course, and teachers, of course, also has curiosity. Yes, a global citizen has curiosity, has that genuine desire to learn about the world, to have experiences. A global citizen communicates effectively and appropriately, yes? And for example, dual language teacher like me or other colleagues in the world are doing a great job because we are trying to teach another language so they can communicate with more people from around the world. We have to think, and we have to have respect for the difference. It's a must. Yes, it's a must. We have to respect the values, the diversity. We need to learn from others. A global citizen has that self-awareness, yes, reflects on their actions, attitudes, takes responsibility of their actions, yes. A global citizen has flexibility, as now we are having with this COVID pandemic, adapts to new situations and changes, based always in new information. Yes, this is the profile of a global citizen. So with all of this, I can tell you that these competencies, of course, empower our learners to think globally, to act locally, and ultimately change the world. I will share with you what are these. If you heard about Sustainable Development Goals, they are known as SDGs. Maybe the first time you're hearing about them, maybe you are working on them. Yes, but this is the idea, to work together. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015, this started in 2015, provides a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet, now and in the future. Remember, this started in 2015, 5 years ago. So the heart of this agenda are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. As I told you, they are known as SDGs, which are an urgent call for action right now by all countries. Yes, this is something that all countries are working, developed and undeveloped. Yes, so I'm going to show you so you can take note and continue researching about it. This is the website of the SDGs. Yes, take note, please, where you can continue researching. Because here you can see that you have many tabs to explore. And what I love always is go to resources, because it's what we as teachers need, yes? I'm going fast now, but for you, you have a lot of information to read. For example, you can go to resources, you can see the partnerships that are working, what are these about SDGs. Here you have all the information, yes, from United Nations. Look, you have many posters here. You can see how to work with the Sustainable Development Goals. So remember, take note about this website, sdgs.un.org. These are how the SDGs look like. If you have a poster in your classroom, maybe you have this one, and you can download it in different languages. Yes, not only in English, of course, because this is a work with 193 countries. So you have it in different languages. Let's name all of them. They are 17, remember, 17. All together, come on. Number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Number 10, reduced inequalities. 11, sustainable citizen communities. 12, responsible consumption and production. 13, climate action. 14, life below water. Number 15, life on land. 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And 17, it's what we need, partnership for the goals. Yes, this is how they look like if you see them in a poster. And you can work with all of them or at least with one of them. So what I want to share with you is a video from United Nations. You have plenty of video. This is the one that I chose for you, but you have plenty, yes? And I always share them with my students, with parents. So it's like to do it more visual. So let's watch it together.
Did you know that the UN Sustainable Development Goals are a universal call to action that unites 193 countries around the world? If these global goals are fulfilled by 2030, life on Earth will be better for everyone. So, what are these goals? Eliminate poverty in all its forms. No hunger. Everyone should have safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. Everyone has equal access to healthcare, thus ensuring our well-being and a healthy life. Equal access to a quality education. Ensure gender equality where women and girls have the same opportunities as men and boys. By achieving these goals, each member of our society will be equal, safe, and happy. UN global goals also include access to safe drinking water and sanitation, access to clean energy that is safe for people and the environment, sustainable and stable economic growth. Everyone has a decent job, strong infrastructure and the support of innovations, lower inequality within and among countries. Cities and settlements be developed without damaging the environment and people. Achieving these goals will result in the well-being of people and our planet. We can further take care of our environment with the following goals: sustainable and safe production and consumption of products. Take urgent measures to reduce climate change and its impact. Ensure the sustainable use and protection of ocean and sea resources. Restore and protect Earth's ecosystems. By achieving these goals, we will form a society where strong institutions ensure peace and justice. It is important for everyone to be involved and to build partnerships for achieving sustainable development goals. You are part of this process. Demand the implementation of these goals. Take the lead and share information with your friends.
Yes, so this is the idea, to work together, to share about it. Yes, so this is the secret, to work together. So you are going to say, well, Yanela, okay, but from where I can get resources? When? Remember that during this week, in this summit, you're going to have different teachers that are going to be sharing information about it, how to work with SDGs, how to save our planet, and they are going to share it according to their own experiences. But this is a question that you can implement how you want. Yes, taking ideas, sharing ideas, belonging to different communities. I'm going to share with you more sites for you to visit and to start exploring, researching about it, yes? The first one, of course, is the Participate Learning website, yes? It's the one where you sign in for these sessions. You can see, for example, here you have global programs, Teaching the USA if you want to join to the international teachers. But here you have the beautiful word that we as teachers love it, resources. So click on resources. And there you see that you have many global education resources, yes? for bilingual education, global learning, international teachers, teacher resources, SDGs, communities, join to different communities, participate learning blog, yes? So dive into the website, read about it. Now I'm going to stop here in global learning, for example, global citizenship framework. Then you continue exploring, yes? So look, global citizenship is the idea that people have rights. It's the same as I told you at the beginning of the talk, that have rights and responsibilities that come with being a citizen of the entire world. So from here, you can continue reading, yes? Here you have the video that I shared with you. You can share it with your students, with your parents at school, yes? And here you have information or resources for instructional practices. Look, those beautiful words, global lens, a lot of information. So remember, I think that most of you have it. I know that many of you were enrolled by other people, but visit participatelearning.com. Yes, there you have many resources. Another website that I want to share for you to continue researching is the Teach SDGs. If you visit this one, yes, here you have it, Teach SDGs. Go and take a look. Look at this quote, yes, by Irina Bokova. There is no more powerful transformative force than education. That we are here all together, yes, to promote human rights and dignity, to eradicate poverty and deepen sustainability, to build a better future for all. We are looking for that, yes, founded on equal rights and social justice, respect for cultural diversity, and international solidarity and shared responsibility, all of which are fundamental aspects for our common humanity. Here you have the answer. You have different communities to join in. And if you go to the magic word, resources, you have videos, projects, in social media, where or with whom be connected, teachers' connections, and look at this. Many, many, many resources to work with your own kids. Take a look, for example, let's choose this one. Frida, this is a book, a digital tool, because if you are in this pandemic situation and you have to be teaching from home, well, you have digital tools. For example, this is a digital book where this girl, Frida, tells kids how to make the difference using the SDGs or trying to achieve those goals. Yes, you can work with this in the Reading Center or virtually, asking questions about it. Yes, this is the idea, to work with different material and working in all the common subjects, yes? So remember, resources from Teach SDGs. Did you take note? I'm going to share another site. This is from United Nations, also Act Now. This can work for you as individuals, yes? Not only for the teacher, for you, for your life. Act now, yes? You can explore it. Join the movement, 5 minutes shower, bring up your own bag, drive less, lights off, local produce, meat-free meals, recycle, refill and reuse. Well, this is for all of us to be conscious about our world. Yes, the world needs us now. We need to act right now. UN.org, yes, act now. remember. And now I'm going to share only for you to know, to see how my classroom looks like. Yes, how a global classroom can look like. For example, there you can see on the left side, I have like a corner where I share with my students things from my home country, that it's Argentina, yes, and interesting facts about it. With my students, we work with the SDGs, and always they start making connections because you present them at the beginning of the year, and then when you are working during the whole year, you're going to realize that they alone make the connections. We have different maps in the classroom. We have flat maps or 3D maps, yes? So it's amazing seeing your students feeling global citizens. We have, for example, at the bottom on the left side, another corner where we have different things about Asia, because in first grade, where I'm teacher, we learn about Asia also. So for example, at the bottom, you can see that I'm walking around my classroom because that day we had the visit of students from another school that speaks Spanish also. So that's the idea, make connections with other teachers, with other students, see the world from different perspectives. For example, here there are some pictures of virtual exchanges. That's amazing because you get in contact with other teachers from around the world and you make your students have virtual exchanges, and they are never going to forget it. Seriously, it's amazing to see different realities. Here, for example, there are some pictures where we can see that kids work with gender equality. We always work with Malala Yousafzai's story, reducing inequalities. I invite parents from other cultures to expose about how everything is in their own countries, yes? We work with the SDGs also, we watch videos, we respect life on land. Look at me with a snake. Here, for example, in the middle on the top, you can see that we were working with diversity, yes, exploring, cracking different color eggs to see that in the middle, inside, everyone is the same, yes? Climate action. It's amazing when you have the pet in your classroom because you turn your students responsible of taking care of them, yes? They need to control how they are every day. They feel really responsible, yes? For example, something that I share with my students to the Spanish speaker of the week, they take Mafalda. Mafalda, it's a dolly from Argentina. It's an icon in my home country. So they do their best to speak another language, to have effectively communication, yes? They want to be bilingual and they are thinking about learning another language in the future. This is amazing. And always they send me pictures about it. I blur them, of course, all of them. Here you have more pictures of kids with Mafalda at home. And now, this is the last video that I'm going to share with you. This is the world's largest lesson that you can share with your families. For example, I always do it at the beginning of the school year. We have, for example, in the United States, what we call the curriculum night, or in other countries, you have a first meeting at the beginning of the year. So I explain them how I'm going to be working during the whole year, which is the curriculum. Yes, how I'm going to work with that. But I share with them this, the world's largest lesson. You have different people that are introducing this lesson. I chose Malala Yousafzai one, that is the youngest Nobel Prize, yes, because always I work about her life in the Women's Day. For example, here I have a book. This is in Spanish, you have it in different languages. These are students of mine, got it for me, and here you have the story. Tell it to kids about, you know, that in other countries, girls, maybe for you it's common, for me it was common. I went to school like something regular, but not everybody have that possibility. And this is what Malala's life happened, yes. In Pakistan, they weren't, or they hadn't the opportunity to go to school. So that's why I share always about her story. So I hope you enjoy this world largest lesson. It's visual, yes, so you can share it with your students.
And it looks like you stopped sharing your screen, Yanela, so I think you'll, oh, okay, good.
No, I did it on purpose.
Great.
Hello, my name is Malala and I'm from Pakistan.
Can you hear it? Sorry. Yes?
Yes, we can.
Just in case.
Hello, my name is Malala and I'm from Pakistan. We have a very urgent mission to complete by 2030 and you can help us. Together, we must fight inequality, end extreme poverty and respect our planet. I'm determined to do this. Are you?
Excuse me. Hello? Have you got a minute? Well, this is important. We need your help. Imagine you're traveling in space. You're looking for intelligent life. You've been traveling for a while because space is very spacious. You've already spotted millions of planets with no life at all, lots of acid, lava, that sort of thing. But nowhere you'd go for your holidays. And then you see it. Earth. A tiny island in space. A little speck of water, rock and soil with a thin veil of air that we can breathe. There might be life out there in space, but here on Earth, it's everywhere. On the land, in the water, in the air. Plants, insects, birds, fish, and every type of living creature. Some beautiful, some, frankly, a bit weird. And people, billions of people like you and me. You know, beautiful, reasonably intelligent life. No, I'm just saying. In most ways, we're just like the rest of life on Earth. We start from tiny seeds, and with the right conditions, we grow and mature. To do that, we all need the same basic things. No, not mobile phones, trainers, and Facebook, but fresh water, clean air, and healthy food. Without those, we don't last long, no matter how smart our phones are. The good news is that Earth has enough for all of us. The bad news is we've got some serious problems in our way. The first is climate change. The way we're living on Earth now is damaging the very things we need to live. The fuels we burn are choking the atmosphere with gases we can't breathe. We're running out of clean drinking water, but some of us waste it on things that we don't need. And all of this is changing the weather, and that's not even the half of it. The second problem is inequality. Some people on Earth have far more than they need, and most people don't have nearly enough. Many live in terrible poverty. It's just not right. Millions of people are unable to get medicines or healthcare that could stop them from getting sick, or cure them if they do. In some places, children complain about having to go to school. In others, millions of children can't go to school at all. Is that fair? The thing is, we're causing these problems. So we can fix them too, if we all work together and get creative. Let me explain. If you think about it, all living things have superpowers. Birds can fly. We can't. Dogs can smell things we can't, which is not always a bad thing. Plants absorb gas that we can't breathe and turn it into air that we can. But human beings have a power that other creatures don't. We are the most creative creatures ever. Our heads are full of ideas and we're great at making things too. And with that power, we've already changed the world over and over and solved thousands of problems. So now we can do it again. The good news is we have a plan that can only succeed with your help. There's one organisation in the world that represents the people of 193 countries, and it's entirely dedicated to keeping us peaceful and working together. You may have heard of it, the United Nations. They have just announced the Global Goals for Sustainable Development. These are 17 goals to protect the planet against climate change and make the world safer, fairer and more just for everyone. We have to achieve these goals by 2030. The great thing about a plan is that we can check how we're doing as we go along, give ourselves a pat on the back if we do well, and try harder if not. 2030 isn't so far away, so we need to start right now. There's a lot we can do if we work together and get really creative. We can start by making these goals famous. So find out what they are and tell everyone, and ask everyone to tell everyone else. Then, and this is the exciting bit, see if there's something practical you can do to actually help. If we don't waste food, water or electricity, that would help protect the planet. If we all stick up for people who aren't being treated fairly and respect each other's human rights, that would make a big difference too. There are 17 goals altogether, so lots of different ways in which you can help. We also need some new ideas and new ways of doing things. What if being a girl or a boy made no difference to how safe you feel, the friends you have, or the places you could go? What if we found new ways to make water clean and drinkable? What if we could recycle all of our waste? What else do you think we could do? We all live on Earth, and we depend on the Earth to live. We have so many different cultures, but we only have one planet. If we take care of it and each other and share what we produce fairly and sustainably, everything we need is right here. Someday we may find intelligent life on other planets. In the meantime, let's see how intelligent we can make it down here for all of us. At home, on Earth.
Just saying.
Just saying. Well, this is the idea, yes. This is only visual to show it to you. In this case, 993 countries are working together, and maybe you didn't know about it, yes? So we need change makers. We need to have a better world. So with a small thing that you can start doing, you are going to be a great change maker. Our planet really needs it, yes? So thank you for coming to this session. Whatever you need to know about this, I will share with you contacts, yes? Where you can find us. You know that many of you are in the participate community, but here you can take note, about participate learning in Twitter. You can add the hashtag Uniting Our World or United We Teach. You can find me, of course, in Twitter also. Join to the United We Teach community. Yes, it's important. We are teachers from around the world. Maybe you have any idea and we can share it. We can work together. We can have virtual meetings with our own students. Hey, Yanela, or hey, anybody, any other teacher, how you are working this in your classroom? I'm in Spain, I'm in Colombia. Do you know that my students are working on this? Can we share a project together? This is the idea of being a global citizen, working together to have a better place. So you have participated in Facebook, also in Instagram. In Instagram, if you want to follow me, tell me that you are a teacher, because there maybe I share more simple things or private things about my family, about this trip. But on Twitter, always related with participate learning or about my classroom. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending to this session. I hope you enjoy, and then join to the other sessions during the week that are by teachers, common teachers, regular teachers as you, but we share experiences. And when you join 2 other sessions, for example, about global education, you are going to understand, this is related to what Yanela was saying on Monday. You make the connections. That's the idea of a global citizen. On Friday, I will have another session. It's about mapping, how to use maps in a classroom to continue making connections and to continue making our students be global citizens. Thank you again. Katie?
Thank you so much, Yanela. You can all give her a round of applause with your icons or in your videos. That was so wonderful. Such a good framing to the rest of the week. And like you said, there are going to be so many great sessions that connect and build on what you've shared with us and laid as a foundation. So thank you so much to Yanela and all of the wonderful attendees who have been a part of this session. I'm going to share some links in the chat in just a minute. One will be to the United We Teach community. That is free and open to anyone. And so if you have not already joined that community, we recommend that you do that. Within the community, we're going to have a discussion thread about the summit. And that's where I know a couple of questions came up about links. So if you want to post those questions in the discussion thread, we can add links to videos that you've seen here. By the end of the week, we'll share presentations and recordings and all of that. But if you want to start connecting with each other about what you've learned during this session, the discussion board is a great place to do that. We also will have a brief course or reflection that you can complete in that community and earn a badge for your learning. And you can do that after any session this week. We'll share that every time, and it will just be for the whole summit as a whole. And there's instructions on if you want more details about each individual session you've attended. And then finally, we hope that you share on Twitter and other social media, tag Yanela and her to contribute to what she said this time and other presenters throughout the week, and also participate learning. We would love to follow your experiences in Twitter, on Twitter, excuse me. And so I'm going to drop those links in the chat. You have one for the community, for the reflection where you can earn your badge, the summit discussion. And then if you want to look at the details of the rest of the schedule, maybe there are other global sessions you want to sign up for now that you have this really strong foundation from Yanela. So thank you so much. We have a couple of minutes, so I'm sure Yanela would take questions if you have them. But thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you in other sessions later today and this week.
Okay, I will share in the chat the videos, yeah, just in case you couldn't take notes about it. So you click on them and you open the tab in your computer, yes?
Great. Thanks, Yanela.
Thank you, Yanela.
No, thanks to you for coming, yes.
Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you in other sessions.